Everybody, I'm Mark Travers. Well, get ready for a brand new track that's about to be unleashed to this national circuit, and it's a track that's supposed to be very spectator friendly. There are a lot of jumps, some really fast straightaways. It's bound to be an exciting day of racing. Standing with you right now is Justin McCabe, who's a hometown favorite. Justin, you have to be excited about the fact that this track has now been added to the National Series.
Hey, this is super. You know, these guys have put in a lot of work here. Our weather patterns around here have just been ridiculous for not only training, but for these people to put a facility on like this. They got over 50 hometown people here that are putting in local support to the track, and it's just nice to see the work that they've done here.
I guess it being so close to your home, there's going to be a lot of family and friends here and maybe a few sponsors.
Yeah, the pressure might be on. I'm sure it will be. You know, my sponsor's coming out to see me. I know there's a busload of people come from a major sponsor, Better Air, and hopefully we can put a good show on for them tomorrow.
Well, thanks very much, Justin. Standing by with a rider who had a big round 3 is my co-host, Ross Peterson.
Well, thanks, Mark. I'm here with Jay Whipple and his Pacific Yamaha. Jay, you must be thrilled with your performance last weekend in round 3 of the Canadian National Motocross Series.
Yeah, it went really good for me. I got some good starts in my Yamahas and had a top 3 finish, a 3rd and a 4th, so I'm really looking forward to finishing this series in the top 3.
Well, we're really going to be watching for you this weekend here, Jay. Thank you very much.
Well, the one determining factor in motocross racing that really turns up the excitement is the track, and this track is set up for not only the spectators but also for the riders. We have some really fast straightaways, some big air. It's going to be very exciting. Now, making his way back from the pits is my co-host Ross Peterson, former Canadian champion. Now, Ross, you've had a chance to look at the track. Do you think that this is just a bottom-end speed track, or are there some tactical points, maybe more technical riding these riders are going to have to take into consideration today?
Well, it's a technical track. It's infested with jumps. The guys that can ride in the air are going to do well. It's a lot of aerial moves out there, and the guys that can jump well are going to do really well out here today.
Well, no doubt we have an exciting day for you planned. Let's have a look at who's doing well so far this season as we look at our 125 and 250 combined totals.
That's right, Mark. If we look at the 125cc championship standings, we see Blair Morgan out front with a little bit of a lead.
And how about his teammate Doug DeHaan in 3rd place? Darcy Lang, that's 3 Kawasaki's in the top 5.
Yeah, they're really riding well, but let's not forget about Jay Whipple on that Pacific Yamaha coming in here in 4th spot.
And rounding out the top 5, Jason Thorne, he's having a great season. But now we move on to the 250s. It's almost like a repeat of the 125s.
It sure is. DeHaan's got just a slight lead, 1 point over his teammate Blair Morgan.
Darcy Lang in 3rd place, and rounding out the top 5, Jesse Wilson. So that's a good crop of riders in the 250.
That's right. Jay Whipple had a great ride last weekend there in Quebec, and he's on his way up in the rankings.
Earlier today, we had a chance to talk to machine racing Honda rider Chuck Mesley to see how this track was set up for him.
This track, it's real wide open, a lot of fast straightaways, a couple cool jumps, some whoop sections. It's more my style, real fast. I like the fast track. This one probably won't get too rough. It's been staying pretty smooth through practice. A little muddy out there, but it'll probably dry up. My Bondi engine, Furious Honda, goes awesome out there. It's a real fun track.
All right, sit back and enjoy the ride. We got a great afternoon of racing ahead of us. You're watching the Snapple Canadian National Motocross Championships. This is the Snapple Canadian National Motocross Championships. We're watching the first 125 moto of the afternoon. The 5-second board is up. Riders are on the line, and they're off. Coming into the first turn, Ross, this is a big hairpin turn coming up. Who has the hole shot?
Oh.
Looks like we got a great big pile up there, but I think I saw Ryan Gold take that hole shot. Looks like DeHaan's bike's down. Slansky's down. Look at this, Ryan Gold up in front. Okay, so things are starting to settle quite nicely. We're back with our leader right here, number 6, Ryan Gold, followed very closely by another Yamaha bike. I can't get a number on it, but it might be Jay Whipple. Ross, we were talking about this earlier on. It's this time in the year when Ryan Gold, number 6, is going to have to get his act together and start winning some races, and he just did that. He got the hole shot, he's out in front. You know, this is an amazing track here. It's been raining for the last couple of days. The conditions are perfect. It's very fast. There's a lot of big jumps, so it's going to be a fan favorite and great for the spectators.
Here we got Morgan on the move. Morgan's by both Whipple and Gold. Oh, no, Gold slammed the door on him.
Coming up on the big tabletop, the Snapple tabletop, looks like we've got number 6, Ryan Gold, still in the lead, but Blair Morgan coming into this whoop section really looks fast coming around that first corner. As he comes into the whoop section, he takes the wide line, Gold on the inside, but here comes Whipple up behind. What a great race we got here. Coming out of the whoops into the double. Morgan takes him on the outside.
Wow, Whipple takes Gold also.
Oh, what a great look. We got 3 racers coming into the back stretch here. Fantastic. Blair Morgan out in front, going into that wood section. He takes the inside line. Gold has moved back into 3rd. Whipple's in 2nd.
Morgan's on the move here. He's pulling away a little bit here. He felt out the track there on that first lap or two there, and now he's on it. He's pulling away on that Kawasaki here.
We're watching number 143, Sean Zerza, riding for Island Snow Spy Yamaha. He's currently riding in 4th place. A great ride for Sean. We have not seen him in the top 10 so far this season. He's got to be happy with his performance right now. We're back with our leader, number 3, Blair Morgan, on the two-wheel Pro Action Kawasaki. He's been out in front after the first lap. He passed not only Jay Whipple, but also number 6, Ryan Gull, to take the lead. We saw Jay Whipple close the gap on him, which was about 6 or 7 seconds. So Blair Morgan out in front. But you know what, Ross, I'm really impressed with Jay Whipple. Over the last 2 or 3 weeks, he's really shown that he is a fast rider and can really run with the big boys. Here we are back with our battle for 4th place. We have number 143, Sean Zerza, followed, I would say, very closely by number 18, Earl Reimer on the Kawasaki. Earl's been pressing Sean, but looks like he's backed off a couple of bike lengths here. Maybe he's waiting for Sean to make a mistake, waiting for a hole, and he's going to pick that hole. Well, Ross, you know, this is the 4th race of the season, and I think one of the things that's starting to show is the fact that Darcy Lang is a top echelon rider. He did not get a good start. He was out of the top 10 in the first couple of laps, and now he's battling his way into the top 5. He just passed Reimer for 5th spot. Darcy Lang is a force to be reckoned with.
Here we got Linus Lansky here on the move here. He was down in that first corner. He was one of the guys that went down, and he's on his way back through the pack here himself.
Here we have a shot of number 21. That's Simon Omans riding the Honda. It's interesting when you notice Simon's got that big fork down the top of his helmet. It's pretty identifiable. You think that makes him faster, Ross?
I think that makes it a little easier for the lap scorers to see him, but I don't know if it really makes him any faster. Oh, look at that, whipping that thing sideways there. He got that front end a little too high there over that jump.
We've reached the midway point of the first 125 moto of the afternoon. You're watching the Snapple Canadian National Motocross Championship. Welcome back to the Snapple Canadian National Motocross Championships. You're watching bike number 147. That's Howie Spencer on the Yamaha, who was in 10th place. But number 26, Doug DeHaan, came up and made some short work of him.
Here we've got Ryan Gull running in 3rd spot here, looking real strong. He's got a bit of a space between himself and the Kawasaki rider, number 5, Darcy Lange. Lange is on the gas, eh? Like, he's come from mid-pack, and he's already on Guld in 3rd spot. He is on the move. He's definitely one of the fastest guys on the track today.
Oh, this is a fantastic battle for 3rd place. Number 6, Ryan Guld in the Machine Racing Yamaha, holding on for dear life. He just about went down. He was able to hang on and accelerate out of that corner, but number 5, Darcy Lange, is right on his heels. Some great racing here in Grunthal, Manitoba. The one thing I like about watching Darcy Lang ride is that he seems to be fearless. Here he comes up on that whoop section. Look at that body position coming out of the whoop. Oh, he has Guld on the outside. Great pass by Darcy Lang going on the outside. We thought maybe Guld was going to be able to come back on that double. What a battle going into the woods. We got Lange, we got Guld. Oh, great pass.
Did you see the way the two riding styles going through the whoops there? How Lange was way back over the rear fender, and those young riders out there, take note of that there. That's the way to go through the whoops fast. Guld was kind of in the center of his bike in that standing stance position, and Lange was way back over the back fender in that jockey position, and you saw he went through the whoop section faster than Guld, and that's where he got him. Great pass for that young fella, Darcy Lange, on that Richmond Motorsport Kawasaki.
Darcy Lange really put it together. He is just burning up this track. There are points in this race where he's almost out of control. You saw that last straightaway where he just about lost the front of his bike, but he's hanging on for dear life, really putting it together. That's one thing that we like about Darcy Lang, is he gives everything he's got and really goes balls to the walls.
He gives it 100% when he's out there. Doesn't matter where he starts. He's on the gas all the time, and he's going to be a great rider in the future, and is a great rider right now.
Let's face it, Ross, this is an extreme sport, and you have to be fearless out there. If you want to win, you got to put it all on the line.
We got the last lap flag out there. Lange has moved himself all the way up into 3rd after a terrible start there. And look at Guld. Guld's fighting back there. He wants that 3rd place podium position back.
Here we have a terrific battle between two Machine Racing Honda teammates. We got number 10, Jason Thorne, and number 16, Chuck Mesley. They're battling it out for, looks like, 10th place right now. They got to get on the bubble and get into some points here. Let's see what happens between these two teammates and friends.
They ain't no friends out there today on this last lap here. Mesley's going to be trying to get Thorne there, and they're just going at it tooth and nail there. Besley's trying to hang on to that bubble position intense. Here we got Morgan there riding smooth and fast, and this gets tough on the last lap when you're getting pressured and you're running into the lapped riders there that you don't want to make a mistake and hit them and go down. Morgan's looking really good, smooth and confident, and he's got a nice lead built up so he can relax and take it easy and not take any chances passing these lappers.
We're watching our leader number 3, Blair Morgan, on the two-wheel Pro Action Kawasaki. Although he has a comfortable lead, he is not giving up. He's riding tenaciously and very, very fast. That's the one thing that we've noticed about Blair Morgan, is that he's really putting it together this year. He's got that bike tuned up and right in the zone. And you know what? I think we'd have to go back to 97 before we've seen him ride this well.
Yeah, he's really got his act together this year early in the season there. He had a little bit of trouble there at Barrie at the first round, but he's got that ironed out and looks real strong. He's going to be a tough guy to knock off the throne here this year.
Well, Ron Ashley has to be happy with his performance so far for both of his team members, not only Dahan, but also Morgan. We're watching our leader number 3, Blair Morgan, as he rounds the final corner, getting ready to take the checkered flag. Is he going to kick it up? Oh, he throws the ass end out pat, and Blair Morgan takes the checkered flag, and the first 125 moto win of the day, Ross.
Of course, Morgan running away with that win there. He got a top 5 start and just wheelied by the guys and pulled away. Whipple following about 10 seconds behind in second spot on that Pacific Yamaha. Great ride for Jay Whipple. And then, of course, a ride that we can't talk enough about is Darcy Lange coming from almost dead last up to 3rd spot. Great ride for that Richmond Motorsport Kawasaki rider.
And Ross, how about rounding out the top 5, number 143, Sean Adzerza on that Island Snows by Yamaha. Great ride for him.
Wow, that's a great ride for Sean. That's definitely one of his top 5 finishes this year, and finishing 5th with the caliber of riders that is here today is unbelievable. Great ride for Sean.
Back to the Snapple Canadian National Motocross Championships. First 250 moto on the line. 5-second board is down, and there we go. Here's the start. Ross, who's going to get that hole shot?
Well, Stevenson got through the corner first, but he kind of overshot it there, went a little wide, and lost his hole shot.
We got riders coming over the track on that hairpin turn. That's a tight turn. It's a big bottleneck for 40 riders, but it looks like number 20, Justin Huska's out in front.
Huska's out front, followed by, looks like, Whipple on that Yamaha. Wow, is it getting rough back there with the rush? You see how their bikes are twitching around on that straightaway?
And we're back with our leader, number 20, Justin Huska, who gets the whole shot. He's out in front right now. You know what, Ross? I think this is the first race that Justin Huska's led so far this season.
Yeah,
Sorry, Ross, go ahead.
Yeah, he's hole-shotted on that Honda and has got a little bit of a lead. Whipple's right behind him in second on that Pacific Yamaha tuned by Bill McLean. He's on him. Huska's got to feel good about this lead. He's grabbed the hole shot and he's got a clear track ahead of him. That's probably a rare sight for Justin there. Whipple isn't letting him get away too far, though. We got Blair Morgan in last place here. Unbelievable bad start for Blair. He must have went down at the start of the race there somewhere in the back section. We didn't see him go down, but he's got a long way to go to come back up and catch Huska and Whipple out front.
Right now we're back to our leaders, and number 28, Jay Whipple, has taken first place. He's taken over first place from Justin Huska.
Whipple's got to feel good about leading this race here. He's going to make some time here and maybe catch up on some points on Morgan there, with Morgan being so far back in the pack and Whipple out front. And as I said before, it's a long series and anything can happen, and it usually does.
Ross, as they were heading back into the wooded switchback turns, I noticed that number 5, Darcy Lang, looked like he might have passed Justin Huska and moved into second place. So we have a nice battle heating up between two Western riders, number 5, Darcy Lang, who's in second place, and number 28, Jay Whipple on the Yamaha. Look at this battle brewing for first place. This is great racing.
Yeah, they're going at it hard, tooth and nail here, Whipple and Lange there. Lange trying to make some points up on Morgan, who's buried in the pack also. It's going to be a great race. Morgan is going to have to show some of his championship grit there and battle back through the pack. We'll see what he's made of.
Ross, earlier on in the season, we had talked about this, when we're going to see riders like Justin Huska, Lena Zlansky start moving up in the pack. Well, there we saw a great start from Huska, and he hasn't been able to hold the lead, but he's still up in the top 3, so let's see what kind of position he's going to maintain and whether or not he's going to be able to run a good, solid, strong race.
Yeah, the Western guys have got some great riders out west there, and they just aren't getting the starts. It shows when, like here, we got Whipple with the start, and Lange, they're pulling away from everybody right now. They certainly have the speed to win. There goes Lange by Whipple there on the inside around that sweeper. Great pass for Lange. Now watch this body positioning down the straightaway here, how his back rear end is way over the back fender there. That's great body position. And on the gas, look at the roost coming off that all the way around the corner.
So we've got a great battle for fourth spot right now between Huska and DeHaan. It looks like DeHaan has him on the outside, coming out of that switchback into the whoop section. DeHaan is a fast rider.
Oh, he made that pass stick. He went by him on the outside in that rocker section there, and just unbelievable speed. Look at this battle here shaping up here between DeHaan and Mesley. Mesley is on the gas. He just, unbelievable, swapping the lead back and forth there. Look at that, one straightaway there. They passed each other 3 times. Unbelievable. Here's DeHaan back by Mesley. Unbelievable race here. They're going tooth and nail for that third place spot there. DeHaan isn't letting off, and neither is Mesley. What a great race here.
As they go back into the wood section, you see how treacherous the track is becoming. A lot of those bomb holes that you like to talk about, Ross, are developing. Riders are going to have to be very careful coming into those tight turns, brake accordingly, and then accelerate through. Very smooth. I'll tell you what, though, Chuck Mesley currently riding in 4th place. Good start for him. He's got to be happy with that right now. You're watching the first 250 Moto of the afternoon from Grunthal, Manitoba, the 4th series stop in this Canadian Snapple National Motocross Championships. Just to give you a review who's in the top 5 currently: Darcy Lang in first, followed by Jay Whipple. Then we have Doug DeHaan, Chuck Mesley, and number 20, Justin Huska, rounding out the top 5. The Snapple Canadian National Motocross Championships, we're with bike number 3, Blair Morgan. But surprisingly enough, he is not in first place. We are tracking him right now in 8th place. He had a terrible start, but he's been able to battle his way back into the top 10. And he's riding really fast right now, Ross. And we're talking about the amount of time that's left in this race. You're right, he might not be able to have enough time to make it into a battle for first or second, but he might be able to make it in the top 5, and there are still valuable points in the top 5 placings.
Yeah, he's reeling in Huska right now and trying to move him out of, displace him out of 7th place here and get himself a little bit closer to Jason Thorne, who's in 6th right now.
Back with our 2nd place bike. This is number 26, Doug DeHaan in the 2-wheel Pro Action Kawasaki. Really having a strong race.
We've got Morgan reeled in Jason Thorne already here, and is in 7th place, looking to make a pass for 6. He will be breaking the top 5 here at this pace.
Now, this isn't a battle that Jason Thorne is used to, Ross. You know, you think normally Thorny's in 5th, 6th spot, Morgan's up in front, so maybe this is a good position for him, see if he can work his defense a little and see if he can shake Morgan off his tail and keep that 6th spot all to himself.
Yeah, he's got his hands full with Morgan behind. Morgan's been coming from deep in the pack, and he isn't going to let Thorne stop him here. He's on the gas. He's looking for a way around Thorne right now.
As we look at Blair Morgan just past Jason Thorne on the inside on that back sweeper turn. He's now in 6th spot. Boy, Blair Morgan is really tearing up this track. Who's he got in his sights now? Now he's looking for Ryan Gould. So let's see if he can make up some time on Gould and pick up 5th spot.
A little bit bigger gap here between Thorne and Gould, for sure, between 5th and 6th there. So we'll see if Morgan's got enough time to reel Gould in. It looked like maybe Thorne went down in that corner where Morgan passed him there. He seems to have disappeared from the picture here.
It was either that, Ross, or he went outside, took the outside line. Morgan went inside and was able to get a quicker acceleration coming out of that corner. Here we are with the number 28 bike of Jay Whipple, who was in 3rd place. Yes, he is in 3rd place, so he's riding a fairly strong race. Although he was out front at one point in time, he has to be happy with his performance so far this weekend, Ross.
Yeah, he has to be.
Ross, as you watch Blair Morgan round this track, give me an idea what you think his riding style is all about. To me, he looks like he is riding with so much confidence that, you know, just give me a rider out there, I'll pass him. That's the way he's thinking.
Yeah, he knows he's the fastest guy out there right now, and just having that confidence, you don't let anything slow you down. He's certainly riding strong. He's smooth, he's fluid, he picks great lines out there, and when you're doing that all day, it's got to be stronger at the day's end there. Just with your determination and fluid riding style will keep you stronger at the end of the day.
Ross, sorry, Blair Morgan has just picked up the 2 seconds on Ryan Gould. He is only about 1 or 2 bike lengths behind. Very impressive day for Blair Morgan. Boy, he has really put it all together in this 250. Now, we've talked about Blair Morgan in terms of his favorite bike. He was the leader in the 250 category last year, the 250 class. I think that's his stronger bike, and he's really showing that well here now.
Well, he's a big kid, and he certainly adapts better to the 250. It's got the power to pull him around. The 125 is a little bit tougher on him when he's racing against a smaller guy like Darcy Lange.
Well, we've been looking for some big things from number 6, Ryan Gold, this weekend. He looks like he's putting it all together in this race, but right behind him is Blair Morgan, who just passed him on the whip section coming into the finish line. Wow, what an impressive ride. Morgan with some great acceleration off that, over that whip section. I don't know, it looked like Gold had slowed down. Ross, I don't know what you saw.
Yeah, it looked like Gold bobbled a little bit there through that rocker section, and it just made it easy for Morgan to go by. I know after that first round in Barrie, John Nelson of the Machine Racing team, he gave his guys a little bit of a tongue lash, and it looked like he's got him straightened out and back on the right track, but I think he'll have a thing or two to say to Gold there. Looked like Gold is fading a little bit here at the end of that race there, letting Morgan by that easily.
There we have a good shot of number 9, Lane Aslansky, riding for the Blackfoot Motorsport team out of Alberta, currently tracking in 10th place. So this is the first time we've seen Lane, a good Western rider, in the top 10.
Oh, Lane's a great Western rider, and certainly should be in the top 10 all the time. He's been plagued by bad starts this whole series. I know I've talked to him and his father. He's been training really hard. He's been out running with marathon runners, staying in shape. He's in great shape. Cardiovascular wise and strength training, he's in top form. It's just a matter of him getting bad starts, and he's losing a little bit of confidence against these guys. He's just got to get a few good starts and get himself up there and build his confidence back up.
We're back with our third place bike, number 28, Jay Whipple, riding the Pacific Yamaha. He had a great start. He was out in front. He lost a couple places, but riding a solid third right now. A very nice technical race. But Blair Morgan, who has moved his way from last place, is currently being tracked in 5th place, and he's working his way up on Mesley, so we'll have to see how much time he's made up on Mesley, and maybe he's going to be able to work his way into 3rd place, because that would be an incredible race for Blair Morgan.
Unbelievable ride for Blair Morgan. There's 2 laps remaining. I don't know if he can get Chuck Mesley in his sights, who's in 4th. He's got a bit too much of a lead, I think, on Morgan, but I know Morgan will be going right to the end. Here we got Lance Rickard on his Blackfoot Motorcycle Suzuki there, and he's working real hard. He's running up there in 8th spot, which is a great ride. I know his teammate Lane Aslansky's right behind him in that 9th place position, and they'll be going hard there for bragging rights to their team owner and sponsor.
There we have our leader, number 5, Darcy Lange on the Richmond Kawasaki, putting it all together. He's in his final lap, about halfway through. He's got a little beat on Simon Omans here, number 21, who he will be lapping if he can get him into his sights. It doesn't really matter at this point because Simon is just well, it looks like he's going to take the inside line. And is he going to take Omans? Sure he is. Omans has got to go wide.
He wheelied around him on the inside. Unbelievable. And for the kids, you notice how Lange is always standing up when he comes into the corner. He never sits down until he hits the apex of the corner. He's always standing on that bike in that jockey position. He doesn't sit down until he hits the corner's apex. And then he accelerates out and he's back standing again. Perfect form.
Coming into the whip section before the finish line, getting ready to take the checkered flag for the first 250 moto of the day here at Grunthal, Manitoba. There he is, your race leader. And there he is, your race leader and winner number 5, Darcy Lang. Oh, he puts it together with a great show for the crowd. There he is, Darcy Lang, number 5, the winner in the first 250 moto of the day. What a great ride for Darcy Lang, Ross.
Big heel clicker for the crowd over there on the finish line jump. Unbelievable. Great ride for Darcy Lange.
Ross, while we have a second, let's look at the race results from the first 250 moto of the day.
Well, the winner of the first 250 moto is number 5, Darcy Lange on that Richmond Motorsport Kawasaki.
And how about Doug DeHaan with a solid race in 2nd place? He moved out from the back of the pack, but I think the big surprise is number 3, Blair Morgan, who took 5th, but had a terrible start.
Oh, he had a terrible start and battled his way back up to 5th, almost catching Chuck Mesley, who finished 4th. And how about Jay Whipple?
Some great racing up there for some guys, some names that were starting to become familiar in the top 5. Everybody has the questions, but only one person has the answer. Our trackside correspondent, Brett Lee.
All right, I got the number 6 machine, the Machine Racing Yamaha rider, Ryan Golden. 10th place in the series right now. It's not where you want to be.
No, it's definitely not. The first 3 races have not started off well. It's just been, I just had some bad luck, some bad crashes, but my Bondi engine machine Yamahas are running really good, and hopefully can put it together here at Manitoba.
Okay, you got 2/3 of the series left to go. Where do you think you can get up to in the series points?
Well, I'm going to try my hardest to get in the top 5. I'm not too far out of it with points right now. Darcy and Blair and Dahan they got a pretty big lead, but I'm going to work my ass off to get those guys.
Okay, guys, these are the kind of guys that are going to be fun to watch because they got to take chances and they got to start winning motos.
Welcome back to the Snapple Canadian National Motocross Championships. The 30-second board is up for the second 125 moto of the afternoon. Riders are on the line, doing those last-second checks, adjusting their gloves, goggles. 5-second board is up, throttles are pinned, waiting for the gate to drop. And the gate is down for the second 125 moto of the day. Coming into that first hairpin corner, who's going to get the whole shot, Ross?
Well, they all drifted wide, a little bit of a pileup in that inside line.
I think Ryan Gauld got that whole shot. Looks like Rudy Zasco Jr. is down that first turn. We got another bike, a Suzuki. And there you have it, Ryan Gauld, who's out in front right now, followed by number 5, Darcy Lang. Does he have Gauld on the inside going into the wood section? I think he does. What a great start by Lang and Gauld. We've got our leader, number 5, Darcy Lange, on that Richmond Kawasaki. Just took the lead over for number 6, Ryan Gauld, who got the whole shot in a very impressive start. But look at this lead that Lange has already started to whoop up. I saw number 26, Doug DeHaan, pressing Ryan Gauld for 3rd spot. Looks like we got a great battle for 3rd right now between DeHaan and another bike. Look at that. Ryan Gauld really putting it together in 2nd place. Not only is he riding aggressively to gain some momentum on Lang, but he's also got to keep his eye open because DeHaan has showed him his fender, and he's only about a bike length behind right now. We'll have to keep our eyes peeled to see whether number 28, Jay Whipple, is in the mix. And I have a feeling there's another Kawasaki back there. That's number 3, Blair Morgan. So right in our top 4, we've got some riders that we've seen all day long riding near the top.
DeHaan's really pressing hard on Gauld, trying to get by me on the outside through these whoops here. But that Yam of Gauld is really fast. I can't believe it there. Look at DeHaan around him on the outside.
What a great pass by number 26, Doug DeHaan, who just took Ryan Gauld on the outside after the whoop section. But it looks like Gauld's not giving up. He's hanging in there, coming into the whoops. Gauld on the inside. DeHaan on the outside. Oh, DeHaan just totally took him away. You know what? I think Gauld's having some problems in that whoop section. Look at Blair Morgan is now taking him. Now we got a battle for 3rd spot between Morgan and Gauld, and it's not even a contest. Blair Morgan now currently in 3rd place, easily passes number 6, Ryan Gauld, and right behind him in 5th place is Jay Whipple.
Wow, we're going to see a great race shaping up here with Lange out front, DeHaan 2nd, and Morgan in 3rd here, shaping up for a great battle to the end. We see Lee Coots on his Kawasaki and Alex Langevin battling out here. They're having a great battle for 7th and 8th right now.
Alex Langevin, the first time we've seen him in the top 10. Now, he's a strong rider. I would have thought that he would have fared really well on this track.
Well, he's a great rider out of Quebec here. This is the type of track he's used to, a bit of a sand base to it, very similar to tracks in Quebec.
Ross, it looks like number 18, Earl Reimer, is pressing Alex Langevin. We've seen Earl riding the 125. He campaigns only the 125, I think. He's a strong rider. He's in the top 10 for his 2nd race, and we'll see if he's able to put a press on Langevin.
Reimer is a 125 specialist, and he is only competing on the 125, so he'll be strong and fresh. Whereas Alex is riding both classes. He might be a little tired here from being his 3rd moto of the day, and Reimer's only a 2nd, so time will tell to see if Reimer can whittle his Langevin's lead down and get by him.
There we have our leader, number 5, Darcy Lange, as he hit that tabletop jump out in front of the crowd. But you notice, we talked about this earlier on, Ross, in terms of this track having a lot of jumps. The riders can't showboat right now. They got to keep that bike on the ground where all the power is. And look at Lange ride. He is just riding a fantastic race.
Well, you're absolutely right on the jumps. You don't see Lange doing any heel clickers now when DeHaan's only 2 seconds behind him, and he's staying there. He isn't falling back a bit. And Morgan himself 2 seconds behind DeHaan. What a great battle shaping up to that top 3 positions there. They're really going at it tooth and nail. DeHaan's closed about half a second on Lange here, and Morgan's even closed a little bit more on DeHaan, so they're picking up the pace there.
This is a very important time for number 5, Darcy Lang. Look at that. Doug DeHaan has really picked up the pace. I'd say there's only what, 1 or 2 bike lengths between the two of them right now. Lang's going to have to hold on for dear life because Doug DeHaan is really putting it all together. And right behind him is Blair Morgan. We got a great battle for first place here. Every one of these riders has got the opportunity. Right now, Darcy Lang cannot make a mistake. If he makes one bobble, if he does not head into a corner and take the right line, Doug DeHaan will be on him and he will pass him.
And he knows that, and that presents a bit of a problem for Mr. Lange there. He's thinking a little bit probably on what's going on behind him. And when you're in second place, you got everything to gain by passing the guy out front. And when you're out front, you want to ride cautious enough that you want to stay there, but cautious enough that you don't want to fall off either and make a mistake. So with Darcy's inexperience out there, it's probably showing a little bit. He's not riding as relaxed as he could, but still looking great.
If I'm Doug DeHaan, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run up really close to Darcy Lange. I might bump him, I might press him. I'm going to let him know I'm right behind him. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to move back and wait for him to make a mistake.
That's exactly right, and that's what DeHaan's doing, is he's pressing him. Morgan's pressing DeHaan, so they're on the gas at the back there, pushing real hard. And it almost looked like Morgan might have slipped by DeHaan there.
Oh, look at that battle for second place. Blair Morgan just took Doug DeHaan on that big tabletop jump in front of the crowd. Now he's in second place, but Doug DeHaan is right behind him. This is a terrific battle. You notice that slower Suzuki was in the mix. I think that slowed Doug DeHaan coming into that whoop section.
It certainly could have affected DeHaan there, and that's sometimes the problems and that the lap riders can present to you when you're lapping them, but that's all in a day's racing.
Well, Doug DeHaan cannot let those two riders get out of his sight. He was in second place for the majority of this race, and in just that one mishap, Blair Morgan was able to pass him and put him into third place. So tough luck for number 26, Doug DeHaan. Ross, this battle is really shaping up. Does Morgan have Lange on the outside? I think he does. It's into the whoop section, coming up to the finish line, and no, Lange is able to pull through that whoop section first, but Morgan is not giving up. Look at that, Blair Morgan on the outside with a great pass on Darcy Lang. Look at that speed, an impressive jump. Pulls the tear away, and he's in first place. What a move by Blair Morgan.
Oh, that was a great move to go by him on the outside. We'll see what Lange is made of now, if he's going to battle back and not take that pass lightly and come back at him hard.
You're watching the Snapple Canadian National Motocross Championships. Back with our leader, number 3, Blair Morgan in the two-wheel Pro Action Kawasaki. Just to give you an update, who's in the top 5? We have Morgan, Lange, DeHaan, Whipple, and how about number 17, Bart Stevenson, taking the number 5 spot right now. We just got the word that the last lap flag has been flown, so we'll try and get an eye on our leader, number 3, Blair Morgan. There's our second place bike right now, number 5, Darcy Lang, heading into the wood S-bed section. We're back with our leader, number 3, Blair Morgan, out in front, riding a terrific race. Did not get a great start, was down at about 6 or 7 spot in the first lap of the race, but has put it all together with a really solid performance, a very fast performance. And this is the kind of the Blair Morgan that we expect to see from here on through. A guy that has the experience, has a terrific bike, a great mechanic, and great sponsors, and is really putting it all together right now.
Well, this is the Blair Morgan we saw in '97 when he won the championship, and he's got that form back again, and he's tough and he's in shape, and his experience is showing here against the younger riders.
Blair Morgan takes the back whoop section into the final turn, getting ready for the checkered flag. On the second 125 moto of the day, Blair Morgan is your winner. Ross, let's take a minute to look at the race results from the second 125 moto of the afternoon.
Well, we got the winner, hands down, Blair Morgan on that two-wheel Pro Action Kawasaki.
How about Doug DeHaan, though, in third place? A great ride for him with that supposed flat tire, but Darcy Lang with a solid second.
Oh, absolutely. Darcy rode very well to finish second, and DeHaan also a little bit of bad luck with that flat tire to finish third.
But Jay Whipple with a strong performance, and Bart Stevenson rounding out the top 5. 30-second board is up for the final 250 moto of the afternoon, the final race of the day. Ross, who's it going to be? Is it going to be number 26, Dougie DeHaan, Morgan, or Darcy Lange?
Oh, I talked to Lange in between motos there, and he's mad at himself for that 125 performance. So I think Lange is going to be tough to beat, but then Morgan's always tough.
And the final 250 moto for the day is underway. Look at all the riders heading into that first corner hairpin. Let's see who gets the whole shot. Oh, we got a rider down right out in the front of the pack. That was number 20, Justin Huska. Looks like Lance Rickard's down as well.
Lance Rickard's down on the Suzuki. And what do we got out front here?
Getting the whole shot is number 5, Darcy Lang, followed by number 26, Doug DeHaan. We got a bunch of riders really clumped up after that, so we'll have to see as things start to spread out, how this race is going to unfold. Great start for Darcy Lange. He won the first 250 moto of the day, gets the whole shot, now he's out in front.
Yeah, he's looking really good. He was mad. I talked to him in between motos. He was mad at himself in that 125 moto. He didn't feel he rode his best, so he's going to come out here and prove this moto that he can do it.
Well, if this isn't deja vu, have a look at our top three. In first place, number 5, Darcy Lange, followed by number 26, Doug DeHaan, and in third place, number 3, Blair Morgan.
It sure is deja vu, same as the second 125 moto. That's unbelievable. We'll see if Lange has got the determination to stay out front this moto. He was mad at himself, and he wants this one bad, he said.
Ross, we just picked up number 10, Jason Thorne. It looks to me like Jay Whipple has passed Thorne for fourth place, and Thorne has fallen back into 5th. We just put a clock on Darcy Lange, and it seems that Doug DeHaan has picked up the pace and is only one bike length behind. Here he is. Here goes that battle for first place between Darcy Lange and Doug DeHaan, a pair of Kawasaki's. Oh my goodness, this is real racing on the 250, the executive class. These guys are putting it all together, Roscoe.
They sure are. DeHaan's making Lange work hard for this, and Lange is fighting hard to keep that top spot, and making for a great race for the fans.
There goes Dougie! And there goes Doug DeHaan, but he did not get him on that double jump. Lange was able to put the block. He took the inside line, a quick acceleration, but here comes Dougie DeHaan. Let's see if he's going to go wide with a quick acceleration back into that corner, blocked by the spectators. And here comes Lange takes the inside. He's able to accelerate quicker. That was a bit of a slow jump there, Ross. I'm not sure what happened, but DeHaan looks like he got slowed up a little bit there.
Well, I noticed Lange looked back, and you see how he carried his front end high over that jump, which actually slowed his landing a bit.
Here comes Doug DeHaan on the outside, and he takes him on the big tabletop. Now he has Darcy Lange, and he's currently in first place as they head into the web section by the start corner. Great riding by Doug DeHaan. We'll be right back with the stunning conclusion of this final 250 moto. You're watching the Snapple Canadian National Motocross Championship. Ross, as we watch the number 26 bike of Doug DeHaan, let's just give you a preview of the top 5 racers right now in the second 250 moto. In first place, Doug DeHaan, followed by Morgan, Lange, Whipple, and Jesse Wilson. You're looking at the number 21 bike of Simon Omens, who's running in 8th place. He's had a very strong weekend so far, and this might be his best finish up till now, Ross.
That's right, he's had a great weekend.
There we have the number 28 bike of Jay Whipple, who's had a really strong weekend here at Grunthal, Manitoba. He's been in the top 5 in every single moto. He's currently running in 5th place. Ross, we just got word from our lap counter that Jesse Wilson has passed Jay Whipple and is now in 4th place. How about that, Jesse Wilson really burning up this second 250 moto. Here we are with the number 26 two-wheel Pro Action Kawasaki, Doug DeHaan, who just got word that he's on his last lap. Let's see if he can keep it all together and just maintain his composure, making no mistakes, on his way to taking the checkered flag and the final 250 moto win for the day. The smooth riding style of number 26 Doug DeHaan out in front right now, riding his kind of race, making no mistake about anything here. Every turn is by the book, every straightaway is prepared, totally set up. He is letting it happen. Here he comes into the whoop section as he's heading into the final turn before he takes the checkered flag. Number 26, Doug DeHaan, finishing off, capping off a wonderful day of motocross racing here at Grunthal, Manitoba. And here he comes, number 26, Dougie DeHaan, as he kicks the ass end out and takes the checkered flag. The final moto, the 250 of the day, number 26, Doug DeHaan is your winner. Ross, let's have a look at the final race results for that 250, that last 250 of the day.
Well, no surprise here. Doug DeHaan winning the second 250 moto here, hands down, with Blair Morgan rounding out the second place position there with a little bit of a comeback ride, and then rounding out the top 3 is Darcy Lange here on that Richmond Motorsport Kawasaki.
What a weekend for Team Kawasaki. The final 250 moto of the day saw 1, 2, 3 green. First of all, Darcy Lange, you finished 3rd in that final 250. You got the whole shot. It was an incredible race, but you had a bobble late in the race. What happened?
Yeah, I felt really good out there. My Richmond Motorsport Kawasaki 2-trick bike has been working awesome this year. I fell after Blair got by me there, but I managed to pull her together and pull off 3rd.
Fantastic racing, Darcy, and a great weekend. We're going to move all the way up here to number 3, Blair Morgan, who won the 125, finished 2nd in that second 250. Blair, an incredible race. You're really putting it all together now. The Kawasaki is running fantastic, and I think when I look at you, it looks like the Blair Morgan of 1997.
Yeah, I feel really good about the racing this year. I'm really excited.
me and Doug have been practicing with each other a lot, and I knew that we were going to be the ones to be winning out here.
Fantastic. And finally, taking the overall 250 win for the day, number 26, Doug DeHaan. Doug, that was such a race. Incredible. You didn't have the start you wanted, but it didn't take long for you to find Darcy. You picked your spot, you had him, and you led from there on to the finish.
Yeah, Darcy was being really tough out there. He was riding really fast, and I was taking a lot of roost from him. So I was just trying to get by him because I knew Blair was right behind me too, and I know we're all on great equipment out there. The Kawasaki's are working great.
And there you have it, Team Kawasaki finishing 1, 2, 3. Let's have a look at the 125 class combined overall standings. Out in front, Blair Morgan, followed by Darcy Lange with 163 points. Then we have Doug DeHaan, Jay Whipple, and Chuck Mesley rounding out the top 5. As we move to the 250s, Doug DeHaan out in front with 174 points, followed by teammate Blair Morgan, then Darcy Lange, Jay Whipple with another strong performance, and rounding out the top 5, Jesse Wilson riding for Machine Racing Yamaha with 91 points.